LivnBlack news. More on President Trump's troop pullout and the fallout from that. This has caused such a domino effect, and the lives that have been lost in this situation need to be blamed on somebody, because there are lives lost. There are innocents dying. Now, the Kurdish, what do they call it? Kurdish Syrian forces. Now, I was wondering why they call them Kurdish Syrian forces. I'm like, are they Kurds, or where's Kurds that ain't supposed to be? Kurdistan, if you look for Kurdistan on the map, it used to be a big landmass. They had a country, or area that, a country that was theirs. If you look at the map now, there is no Kurdistan there anymore. Kurdistan has been taken off the map. Kurdistan has disappeared, like Palestine has just disappeared. They're acting like these places never existed. These people never existed. They didn't have a history, a background. They were from that region. So how do you take them and like just displace them and claim the land and change the name and like you have extinctioned or have put the Kurdish people into extinction, as the Palestinian people have gone into extinction, and as other people will go into extinction as capitalism grows and greedy powers grow. And you see that the people, to the winner, the spoils of war go to the winner, right? So we always find a war to fight, always find somebody to intimidate and back down so you can steal the spoils. Now, this crazy situation. Trump pulls the troops out. Turkey comes in, invades, saying they won't stop until they get the terrorists. What they're calling terrorists is like, who are the terrorists? Who's attacking you when these people have no country anymore? And you still calling them the terrorists? You got armies. You have a big stabilized country, and you calling these people are terrorists? Was they fighting for the last little piece of land they got left? Come on, man. All y'all starting to sound alike now. Trump pulls the troops out. Turkey comes in, starts offensive, military offensive. The Kurdish Syrian fighters who were fighting, they had to go back to Syria to join Syria. Another dictator. So the people who were trying to build a democracy and were basically forced to join a dictatorship because they would be killed because Trump pulled the troops out, which left them vulnerable. So now they're back under a dictator's rule. And now Turkey, the dictator's rule of Syria and Turkey are now fighting for that land that used to be occupied by the refugees and the Kurdish Syrian forces who were fighting the real terrorists and things like that. Like, this is a complicated situation, but you see what's going on. The most affected are the people, regardless. And the most who benefited are the countries coming in. Turkey, the land that Turkey seized in those days of the troop pullout, they're not giving it back. So they just gained extra land in that offensive. Then Trump sends Pence, Vice President Pence and Secretary Pompeo to Turkey, and they come back with a ceasefire. Why not tell them we're going to put troops back? If you move, we're going to put troops back. Not, I told you, sanctions it doesn't work. That's bullshit. Like, it's a pump fake. You want to make it look like you're doing something to them. Like I said, they don't need your sanctions, or they don't care what you take from them in sanctions. They're gaining in land and resources from invading. So now, Pompeo go out there, they come back real quick. We got a ceasefire. Now they're celebrating that they have achieved something. They've achieved a ceasefire, and Turkey has stopped the offensive, stopped pushing in. But whatever they have seized already and whoever they killed already is already done. And Turkey gets on interview right after the U.S. gets on the interview and says there is no ceasefire. It's a pause. So they're not done. They're telling they're telling the U.S. we're not done. So your sanctions mean nothing, and your troop pullout shows them that that's what they expect. That's what they respect. It's your force. You move your force. You remove your force. They gonna go back to handling their business in their territory like they used to handling their business in their territory. Because everybody is taking a piece. Has taken a piece of Kurdistan. Like I said, look on the map. Kurdistan used to be a nice sized chunk of land, and as the years have gone, it has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller till the Kurdish people are just basically refugees. Like, if that could happen there, it can happen anywhere. That's why I start paying attention, because these things can happen anywhere. Once it's a dictatorship in power, or you have no rights, basically, and you're not speaking out anymore, then the powers in control will do what they want, and they will enjoy the spoils of war, and you will just be trying to survive. These people are going extinct like an animal, which reminds me of the Palestinians who are now going extinct like an animal. There's no country called Palestine or Palestinia or nothing like that for there to be more Palestinians. So the ones that are left are done. That reality should really be visited by a lot of us. And see, like, the things we do, the freedoms we do, like, enjoy, and the luxuries we do enjoy, is someone that like enjoys less, substantially less than the little bit that you think you have. They have substantially less than it. Trump, uh, we'll see what President Trump does or how this goes as Turkey says they're not. This is not a ceasefire. This is just a pause, which means they will continue, and they're telling the U.S. they will continue. So someone's telling us somebody's lying. Either we have the situation under control, or we don't, or we either are aiding Turkey but making it look like we're not, possibly. Just food for thought. LivnBlack News.